we'll go live.
The thumb that you people must have seen, I was actually watching like this. Was it exactly 62 runs? I thought
62.
it would have been more than, it should have been rather more than 62.
Actually, I even counted it. I think 60.
How does it matter? How does it
What a
matter?
exciting game of cricket.
Absolutely brilliant, edge of the seat, sort
Thriller.
of a contest,
Thriller.
humdinger of a contest. What a close finish. Just 62 runs. So Sri Lanka
Ricky Patel is still with us from the
and
US. He was
first
there pre-match, mid-match, post-match. He enjoyed
first
the game.
person to join us on Sports Today every chat.
Bunch always joins us. What an exciting game, guys. Please send in your
Absolutely.
comments. I don't know what to talk about it, but saw a few good positives. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, we saw him getting into some sort of rhythm in the West Indies series. Now looked even better. Got you that wicket of Nisanka in that first delivery that he bowled. And Nisanka is a one man in form. Not that, his getting out would have made, or if he continued to bat, would have made too much of a difference, because this Indian team is looking far better than this Sri Lankan team. Ajinkya joins us from Pune, and Munir is joining us from Bangladesh. So we've got people from everywhere joining us. Bangladesh, good win for them against Afghanistan.
Yes.
So that was
lost. It seemed as if
they
they
had
had
lost the
lost the
game.
match. I
Yeah.
think they had lost, I think, six wickets for 45, 50 runs,
Yes.
and then chased down
Yeah.
the target of 219, I guess.
So Munir is joining us from Bangladesh. Huda and Iyer, 3 overs. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about everything slowly and steadily. Just seeing your comments right now. So one positive, Bhuvneshwar Kumar. He didn't have to use all his bowlers. Two overs to Bhuvneshwar, Harshal Patel, and Jasprit Bumrah. Three bowlers that Rohit Sharma, of course, has a lot of faith in. What I found interesting is that he gave overs to Venkatesh Iyer. And even though Venkatesh Iyer has shown some form with the bat, his fielding has left a lot to be desired. Dropped another
Especially
catch.
the catching.
Dropped another catch. And his bowling, I'm not too sure. I know it may be a big statement, but I don't think he's a bowler that you can rely 4 overs from, even in T20 cricket. Today also, I think bowling left a lot to be desired. Venkatesh Iyer got lucky to get those wickets as well. Bowling wide deliveries, the batsman went for it. So he's not a bowler that I'll have a lot of confidence with. He can be my sixth or the seventh bowling option that I can go to on certain days, but clearly not a pure bowling option for me.
So Kritik is joining us from Lucknow. I hope you are not there at the ground, Kritik, because you would have wasted
Why?
a lot of your time.
You
Of course,
enjoyed India's win.
maybe you would have returned after India's batting, because I thought Sri Lanka could have actually won this game.
When did you think they were going to win this game? From the first ball before it was
No, in
bowled
the
today,
20th
from
over, I
the-
thought.
From the toss, you have been saying it's a one-sided contest. Nothing.
In the
and now
20th over, maybe they could have won if
Kritik is saying he's at home.
the match.
He didn't go to the stadium.
Oh, congratulations,
Ekana
Kritik.
Stadium. He did not go to it.
And maybe if the match would have you would have given Sri Lanka maybe 10 more overs to bat, then things would have changed. But I think for India, as many as 7 bowlers. Rohit Sharma used 7 bowlers. Bumrah bowled 2 overs. Harshal Patel bowled 3 overs.
Two.
2 overs,
And
and
Bhuvneshwar
Bhuvi also bowled 2 overs. So
3 for Venkatesh Iyer, I think.
only Jadeja bowled.
That was another positive.
Yes.
Jadeja coming back in full fitness, got that wicket also.
And another positive, of course, Yuzi Chahal is now the highest wicket taker for India in T20 internationals, and
Rohit
Sharma is the
Highest.
highest run getter in T20 internationals for India.
So Kritik, who's joining us from Lucknow, is saying maybe 50 overs would have been enough for Sri Lanka.
50 overs, yeah, but
No, they would have been all out before that.
seven fours are 28. So 28.
Like the Zig Sapien is saying Mazrat everywhere.
But to be very honest, yesterday also we were having a discussion. We thought that Sri Lanka would come out as a better team than perhaps West Indies.
Who said that?
No,
Yeah.
we did discuss. Remember, if
You
they
must have
can.
discussed on a
No,
different-
We were there
Ah.
on Sports Talk, and you would remember we said
No,
they can, but will they was the big question. Rajiv Jha.
Told you guys yesterday, he says Iyer will claim his place back. Indian cricket cricket pundits' memory is very short term. They forget Iyer solved the number 4 position dilemma as well.
Do you think Shreyas Iyer has
No,
once again?
not in one innings. See, I think he's in your scheme of things. He's going to be
Absolutely.
part of that squad that goes to Australia. But is he a certain in playing 11? Not quite. No. Am I going to judge this particular knock? No. Because as Anish is pointing out, it was a nice practice session for India.
Exactly.
Not the best bowling. And he came in at a time where you could throw caution to the winds because you were in a position, good foundation laid by Rohit Sharma and Ishan Kishan. So, great position.
And despite the fact that he took time to settle in,
Yeah.
took around 14 odd deliveries to score those first 17 runs. Thereafter, he went berserk, and for Sri Lanka, of course, it was a massacre. Nice call by Rohit, giving 3
Overs to Venkatesh Iyer and Deepak Hooda.
I also agree. Even
Agreed.
yes, Dhanush, another viewer who's regularly uh, joining us
Saying
from
in
I don't
ODI
know,
Champions Trophy, Tri Series must be back. I mean, Champions Trophy is a different tournament, which is like
But
a mini
Champions
World
Trophy
Cup.
is
multi
exactly
nation,
multi-nation tournament.
That is
Champions Trophy is still there, but I think what he's saying is that we may have those tri-series and quadrangular
better
series.
than these bilateral.
Exactly.
Now imagine instead of having these back-to-back series, you could have had West Indies, Sri Lanka, and India play a tri-series only. I know that Sri Lanka was in Australia. You could have
Yes.
worked it around somewhere. That is far better.
But I understand what you are saying, that these are meaningless series, but
Yeah.
but still, I think the availability of the teams, everybody has, all the boards have to have their tours, the FTP.
Somebody saying you guys think that Venki should have been restricted to just 2 overs. Rajiv Jha is saying no. I think it's good he bowled him 3 overs.
Yes.
We want to see. See again, like somebody pointed out, practice session. Why are you using these matches? The importance or the relevance of these matches is you want to know who can do what. And good he got 3 overs. Now I know, and I'm just telling you as my personal opinion. Now I know that I'm not going to rely too much on Venkatesh Iyer's bowling. Again, too early. Maybe a few more matches, but I'm just tilting towards that he's not a bowler who I will get 4 overs out of every match. He didn't seem like that bowler today. Of course, Dew may have played a major role. People are pointing about fielding. I think Dew may have played a major role. Some catches could have been dropped because of that. Bowling, you saw some wayward deliveries. So,
True.
taking all that into account, but again, these are just indications, and I'd like to see
and
a few more matches.
and the more he bowls, the better he's going to get. You would also remember in the first game against South Africa, in the first ODI, he didn't get to bowl, and everybody was asking why didn't he bowl? Why didn't he bowl? Now that he's bowling, I understand that. I agree, Nikhil, to an extent that Dew may have played its part, but those 2 wickets would have also given Venkatesh Iyer some sort of confidence. Not, in fact, in the last game also that he played, he got a couple of wickets. So that also would add to his confidence. Of course, the amount of runs that he gave away. But not to worry, the regular bowlers from Sri Lanka, they were. They went for so many. Now, Sahil Verma is saying India is on a 10-match winning streak in T20Is. That's right, Sahil. The record stands with Romania and Afghanistan. If India finishes
At 12 apiece.
3-0, India can equal the world record. That's actually right. Romania and Afghanistan. Nikhil, what is
Romania?
Yes.
I
What
thought
is
it may have been in football or something. They would have had that sort of a record.
what is bothering me at the moment? That we also have to play a test series against Sri Lanka. That's my bigger concern at the moment.
Will you be watching it?
Hmm?
Will you be watching it?
See, as it is, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I wonder how many people are actually interested in watching matches that happen at home for India. Especially,
I like T20 cricket, no matter which team comes.
no, I'm saying about Test cricket. I'm talking about Test cricket, especially if it is not an Australian team, an English team, or maybe South Africa to an extent, or even New Zealand. Because remember, New Zealand drew that first match of that 2-match series.
Yeah.
So, and against the Sri Lankan side, I don't know how long a match is going to last, because we are waiting for India need to win the toss and then bat first, because if they don't get to bat first, I don't know if Virat is going to get that 100.
Vansh is saying maybe that's why Venki wasn't part of the ODI squad. Venkatesh Iyer is what you're talking about.
Venki. Why? I didn't get the question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because of his bowling, maybe.
May have been. That's what I think he's talking about.
So because he was dropped from the ODI squad,
Yeah,
of course.
I think he's talking about Venkatesh Iyer, and because of his bowling, and that if you can't get 4 overs out of him, how are you?
Oh,
going to
I'm
get
so
more?
sorry. Jasnoor, you are absolutely right. Slip of tongue, you can say that Mumbai
Slip of tongue
Indians.
has happened. What?
Yes, no. I said that Mumbai Indians are the defending champions. Actually, I stand corrected.
CSK.
CSK are the defending champions. I don't know. Because I was talking so much about Mumbai matches are going to be played in Mumbai and Maharashtra. Sunny Evis team, please share your unsold,
Unsold
11
11.
of IPL also on Sports Talk. Yeah, that's actually
Done.
a good idea. Debjyoti Mukherjee says,
Siddhant has already mentioned.
Debjyoti, I believe you are somewhere from America. Will there be an Asia Cup before the World Cup? Debjyoti, you're absolutely right. There will be an Asia Cup before the World Cup, and we'll have to see if that is going to be played in the UAE or in Sri Lanka.
A lot of people were saying that shouldn't India have had organized some better series looking at the World Cup, maybe some better competition. But see, must remember that a lot of it is part of the FPC, so you have to do these commitments. And secondly, this is not the preparation alone for the World Cup. Ahead of that, as one of those tournaments, is going to be Asia Cup. So you will be playing that better tournament, and that will be your final preparation. This is not. I think this is more treated like an opportunity to try a lot of people on the fringe, and then realize whether they are good enough to be part of that core team that will then eventually go for the World Cup. So that's what you're leaving.
And there is also a possibility that India might tour Zimbabwe later this year,
Yes.
before the T20 World Cup, of course.
Sachin Dubey saying we love Ajay Jadeja. So does my friend Rahul Rawat.
And you?
Of course I do. He's a good friend of mine.
Exactly.
Very good.
So Rahul,
Spent many years with him.
Rahul 95 says, do you think Rohit, Rahul, Kohli should be the top 3 if India wants to win the World T20? Looking at their strike rate, no learning from last World Cup. Now,
No,
you
so
have to
what-
answer.
Yeah, I'm answering. That
Yes.
is your top 3.
No, but what, in your opinion, should that
That
be?
is your, yes, absolutely, without doubt. Close your
strike
eyes. That's your strike rate. Have you seen what strike rate Rohit Sharma is batting on? Have you seen KL Rahul's strike rate in international
140.
T20Is?
Against which teams?
Whichever teams, his strike rate in international is 140 plus. That's it. Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, the bang bang will start. The template has changed. You've seen Rohit Sharma do that.
Now,
And you will need someone like a Virat who will also bat at a 120 strike rate, which is not outstanding, but still good. He'll be the guy who will get you big runs. And the
Nikhil-
guy who will master chases.
no,
Done.
You may agree to disagree with me, but as far as this top 3 is concerned, for me, see, I also know that this most likely will be your top 3. You can't do anything about it, but
Why not?
Sorry.
Do whatever you want to do.
No, I'm saying most likely this is
New
going
captain can do anything he wants.
new captain, but can he change the top 3?
It's up to the captain and the coach, Rahul Dravid now.
No, see, don't get. I might sound a little too critical because last innings also that Virat played, he got a very good half century, 52. The strike rate at which 41 deliveries for 52 runs. In the end, it might look.
In the end, India won the match.
Yes, in the end, India won the match. But does
So somebody is supporting you here. Let's read this. What Amit Sharma says. I may not be surprised if selection committee doesn't select Virat in T20 World Cup. He agrees with you.
Oh,
but I will tell you one
I
thing.
never said that
No.
he will not be selected. I said don't put
No,
words in my mouth. You
One
are-
second. Ek second.
people are going
Let
to.
me, you're saying his strike rate is an issue. So what do you want to do now? You bat him at number 7? So what are you saying?
Open.
You get him to open the inning. So strike rate will improve as soon as you open.
Yes. He's a better batsman in power play. And also Australian grounds will be big. I would also see it's a double-edged sword. See, because
So what are you to tell your batting order?
because in Australia, these are big grounds. In Australia, you will have big grounds. You will need somebody like Virat Kohli who can rotate strike. Okay, because
So you can do that at number 3 now. That's why
that's
I'm
what I'm
better.
saying. You know, that's why I'm saying it's a double-edged sword. If you want to have him at the because I might have a temptation to bat Virat up the order, maybe to open the innings, just for the simple reason that going by what has happened. Okay, get all his 50s, get all his half centuries in the last couple of years that he scored. You will realize whenever he has come into bat, maybe inside the power play, he scored majority of his runs, or the strike rate is better in the power play than the
But
then after that will
that's
happen
natural.
with that's
Anyone,
natural.
yeah.
But the problem is the strike rate drops considerably. For example, the last time he scored that 52 of 41 deliveries, if I'm not wrong, I might just here and there, maybe just just a run or two, maybe here and there. Uh, 14 deliveries, 24 score, 24. He was batting when the sixth over got over, or the power play got over. He was batting on 24 of 14 deliveries. Now the next 27 deliveries that he played, he got 28 runs. So that's my concern. As far as KL Rahul is concerned, he is also a brilliant batsman. Brilliant batsman. A lot of people, you know, every time I point this out. I don't have the data about his strike rate. Of course, his strike rate is over 140. That is quite brilliant. But you'll also have to realize that KL Rahul also has not maybe lived up to the potential that he has. I'm being very honest.
So what is your team,
against
Virat,
Australia?
who opens with whom?
Against teams like Australia, England, and Pakistan. These are your top three T20 sides in the world. I'm not
New
talking.
Zealand.
I'm not talking about the rankings. I'm talking about, okay. I know you would be afraid to play New Zealand in the ICC tournaments because of the past record, but I'm saying Australia, England, and Pakistan would be a top three T20 sides. Go and check the records. Go and check.
Australia and England, KL Rahul's average falls below 30.
Falls below, and include Pakistan also.
Pakistan has only played
so just so I if I'm not wrong, against these three sides, KL Rahul's average is around 21, if I'm not wrong, and he's
No,
played.
but I'll tell you what. I mean, that's like cherry picking. If I was to take some good teams and take out the records of a lot of players, I mean, it's just you might come with a few other big players who may have a very low average or whatever. These are good teams. India hasn't done well against them, you know, in the recent past.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
because of that. Also, KL Rahul was a different player, I think. You know, after that. In the last couple of years and before that when he was dropped also from the team, and now different players, so maybe some of that is that we'll have to look at that closely. But I'm saying at the moment, how can KL Rahul not be in your team? So how, if you're going to open with Virat Kohli, then who are your rest of the batsmen? How do you make that
Maybe
happen?
get Rahul to see.
No, tell us the
I'm
solution.
saying KL. I'm not saying just discard KL Rahul. I'm saying he's not lived up to. He's perhaps
he's not
one
in
of
your
the.
11?
No, he is.
So then
maybe
tell the
get him to
batting.
bat in the middle order.
So then Sky goes out.
Why? Get
He
Sky
also-
to bat in.
then Pant goes out.
No, get Sky to bat at number 3.
So tell me the team now. Virat,
Virat, Rohit, Sky,
okay.
KL, Rishabh. Then you can have anybody. Venkatesh Iyer, Jadeja.
So Shreyas Iyer and all now out of the playing 11. Obviously they'll be.
See,
a backup.
if you have to select a playing 11, Nikhil, and you just have one spot left and two choices, Shreyas Iyer and Suryakumar Yadav.
No, I'm going with Sky at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Okay, fair enough. So you want Virat to open and then KL to bat in the middle order. They might well do that. It's not a
Virat
bad
Kohli has a strike rate of 137.7 in T20 internationals, and we are saying he's playing as an anchor.
What else do you need?
Else do you need? Look at his scores. He gets 250 in around 35 to 40 balls, but he finishes with 50 odd balls. As in?
He's saying basically, why are you questioning his strike rate? He's got a good strike rate anyway. So in T20Is,
I'm saying, why not improve this strike rate of 137.7 further? You can have it, Virat can finish with a strike rate of 140, 150 if you get him to open the
one
innings.
team won't have 150 strike rate all batsmen. Now some will be different, slightly different than the other. So I mean, but it's interesting. I don't think it's a bad idea. You can
No,
open with you
I'm
can
just
open with
yes.
Virat. That's fine.
No, I'm just
You can, and Virat and Rohit can open, and KL can come lower down the order. That's a fair point.
maybe it's an
There's
open
nothing-
debate. Eventually,
No,
what has
either way, it's nothing wrong. It's not a drastic.
what has to happen will happen. Possibly, what, as I see right now, or maybe what even Nikhil would agree that this is going to be your top three:
Yeah.
Rohit, KL, and Virat.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely.
Hmm.
A lot of people are asking about Ravindra Jadeja's celebration. What I
Pushpa.
can, yeah, he must have been off.
You
now.
tell me, have you seen the movie?
No, I haven't, but I know it's some celebration from that film, and he had too much time, so he must be on television, OTT, whatever. He must have seen it. So.
But in fact, when he was injured, not playing, when he was recovering from that injury, I think he did post a few social media or on social media. In fact, with that dialogue and whatever Alu Arjun does in that movie.
Yeah. A lot of people saying good to see Ravindra Jadeja back. Somebody said bat at he should continuously bat at 5. I don't think that's going to be. I don't think he can be a 5. Maybe a 6 and a 7 better, but I don't think he can be a number 5. I'd seen a question like that.
But it's good. It was unfortunate that
What he meant was, Sridhar is saying he meant that he finishes with 75 plus scores in 50 odd balls.
yeah, Sridhar, you are bang on. You are
Whereas strike rate goes over 150.
Absolutely,
in
Sridhar,
terms of Virat.
absolutely. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. I think this phone might just. Anyways,
Satvik says, I think Virat should leave ODIs and focus on tests and T20Is. Shouldn't he? No. ODI, I think he's a master in ODI.
Absolutely.
That's a form that he format
perhaps
of the game.
and
50 का average है विराट का
and
50 average विराट का ODI में
ODIs, yeah.
and possibly
58 average.
and possibly
in ODIs.
Satvik, I think he could not just be of this generation, perhaps one of the best that one day
In
cricket
ODI.
has ever seen, as far as Virat is concerned. And Anish, please, mere bhai, don't have to be sorry, because he says that sorry, but you cannot doubt the capability of KL Rahul at his best. There is no better batsman in world. All were poor.
He's saying when you're talking about the stats, na, is when he was going through.
No,
a poor
I'm
form.
see,
I'm saying right now, KL Rahul.
and Anish, please, don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to say is, I think perhaps he could be the best batsman in this format. But
Chirag Patel says, great job, guys. Love from the USA. We have another one watching us from there. Do you think this management is great in terms of giving opportunity to players? Chirag, I'm liking it. I'm liking what this management is doing and how they're protecting these players and actually not looking at, sometimes I've seen you're waiting for a guy to fail so that your headache is gone or he's failed so we can sort of. Here, I think they're wanting them to succeed so they have more options. I think the true test of this management will be when you actually sit down on the table at the end of these few series and then pick the final 11. I hope they are fixed in their mind by then and there is no confusion, which has been an issue with previous Indian team management, that you're confused. So let all these experiments, trial and error happen now.
Absolutely.
No, I think by Asia Cup you should be sealed. This is my team, no more
I
experiments.
think before Asia Cup, you should
Yeah.
have your, Rohit and Rahul Dravid should have this idea that what exactly their 12 is going to be. Not 11, but 12 at least. They should have a fair idea that these are the first 12 players that we would like to have in our team.
Mohan,
And-
you are being naughty. I'm not going to take your comment.
Huh? And
Love from Brompton in Canada.
Oh.
Saluja Singh.
Saluja
Must be
ji.
freezing cold there at the moment.
And good thing is, with this team management, everybody is getting a decent amount of game time. You know what happens is, players, all the time, what used to happen was KL Rahul, Rohit Sharma, and Virat Kohli. They would get opportunities, they would score runs again, and again. And what happened in the 2019 World Cup also, all three, Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma, and Virat Kohli, they would get majority of the runs. And your middle order was never tested. Of course, the number 4, you didn't even have a number 4.
Yeah.
So what happened was, eventually when the day arrived that your top order failed and even the middle order crumbled. And similarly, the same thing happened at the T20 World Cup also.
Two questions on Sanju Samson. Let's answer that. Ayan Sharma says, Nikhil sir, will Samson be back for the whole series now? And Abhijit also asked a question saying, if you are unlucky, then just look at a player whose name is Sanju Samson. So, firstly, I disagree with you, Abhijit, for that question. Because I don't think Sanju Samson is unlucky. In fact, he's lucky that because Surya Kumar Yadav got injured, he's now being considered in the 11. Imagine if Surya was not injured, you wouldn't even been looking at him in the 11. So he makes it in the 11 because of that. Today didn't get a chance to play, and I think that was fair because first guy who's in that pecking order is Shreyas Iyer. You're looking at him. You want to give him important opportunities. At one point, he was ahead of a Surya Kumar Yadav. Now Surya Kumar's gone ahead of him without giving too many chances to Shreyas. So what do you say? Out, let's try Sanju Samson. No, you're confusing things. First, give enough chances to Shreyas. Once you made a call on him, or if there is another spot that opens up after having given him a chance, then look at Sanju Samson. So go in order, don't confuse things.
Exactly. And for all the luck that he may have ran out of earlier, this was a lucky call for Sanju Samson, as Nikhil just explained. Somebody's loss was Sanju's gain. Surya Kumar Yadav getting injured was his loss, but Sanju Samson got an opportunity. Hopefully, he also throws his hat in the ring with a couple of good performances in the series. And let's see. Donny S. Guys, love your match analysis. This is Umesh from Toronto. What are your thoughts on the sloppy fielding standards by our young Indian players?
No, I know. We've spoken about it. I think Venkatesh Iyer in particular.
This is particularly with those who have just gotten into the Indian team.
Shreyas Iyer also dropped one.
See, Shreyas still I think is a
He's a
better
good
fielder.
No, I'm saying about today.
But Venkatesh Iyer and Ravi Bishnoi, these were the two fielders who consistently made errors in the field. Of course, they took a few good catches also in Ravi Bishnoi also, but they dropped a couple of regulation catches which may not be too costly against teams like West Indies and Sri Lanka, but in a big pressure situation and a big pressure game, they can actually be very costly, especially if you are playing in the World Cups or.
Instead of wasting time in these series, a tri-series between India, West Indies, Sri Lanka could have been better. Devesh, I referred to that earlier as well. Jastoor Singh says, so what if someone performs well in the IPL and then fast track him and then shake the 11 again? Some problem faced in World T20. Same problem faced in World T20 Varun Chakravarti. So good question. I think, see, firstly, you cannot ignore the IPL. IPL performances will count. It will influence, especially T20 selection, and so it should, because it's a top-level tournament. It's a T20 format tournament, and if you're selecting players, you need to look at that form. But yeah, wholesale changes. Don't discard someone just because of one bad IPL, and don't just bring someone because of one good IPL.
But Nikhil, I would suggest just consider the performances of only those players who are in your radar.
Yes,
Don't get somebody out of the blue just on the basis of a few performances from IPL like you did last time.
Yeah. So Rahul has a question of that. Do you think Hardik's selection to the Indian team would be fair after IPL? In case he's not stood up to his caliber while playing for India. But Rahul, see again, why not consider IPL? If Hardik has an outstanding IPL, why would you want to leave him out? If you leave him out, then also there'll be critics that this guy was in form. How could you not take him? He's a proven performer.
Exactly.
And he's in the radar.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Don't get somebody who's not there in the radar. Hardik Pandya, I believe, is on the radar, and he is not out of consideration as far as the team selection, the selection committee is concerned, or the team management is concerned. If Hardik Pandya has an exceptional IPL, I'm sure he will get a look in. He will be considered. In fact, he will just walk into that squad.
Hi, love from Kathmandu in Nepal, Mohammad Ashfaq.
Ashfaq.
I've taken your name, sir. He's a regular watcher. Thank you, Mohammad Ashfaq, for joining us from Kathmandu. Beautiful place. Divyansh says Bhuvaneshwar has been consistent performance he's been giving, and that's also thanks to the team management who's showing faith in him. He's from Meerut, and because he's also from Meerut, so he's very, very proud.
And for Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, of course.
Yeah.
In fact, a few days back.
Okay, Mohit Zimbabwe 2005 petrol pump story. I finished the petrol pump story, Mohit. I said that the entire in 2005 when I was there, the entire country, the petrol pumps were closed, but cars would keep running because all the money came via the black market. And the first meal that I had, which I saw, you said now how it was. The first meal that I had when I reached Zimbabwe, I checked into my hotel. I was in the same hotel as the Indian team. Was it a Hilton or a Marriott? I've forgotten which one. And we went for the buffet downstairs. Usual buffet, the hotel you take. And when the bill came,
Must have been a huge stack of notes.
no, so it was 12.5 lakh Zimbabwe dollar for
That-
me,
exactly.
and 12.5 lakh Zimbabwean dollar for my camera person. So 25 lakh Zimbabwe dollars we paid for our first dinner, which in US dollar must have been $50 for both of us, I think included, or
$50.
maybe 30 or $40, $20 a piece, something. It was a 5-star, right? So
Oh, 5-star. Okay.
so 20, Hilton or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Hilton. Yeah.
$20 must be per person, so 40.
You paid in cash or card?
No, we paid in cash, Zimbabwean dollar.
And that would have been
No,
a
so
huge bunch of
no,
notes.
there was this much.
Ah,
But
for a-
each note must have been like some
Exactly.
80,000 Zimbabwe
Exactly.
dollar, like that.
That's what
Something like
I was wondering, to pay. And this was just breakfast. Imagine
No,
what.
this is dinner.
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 Dinner. Imagine.
And dinner, by the way. So we dinner. There's like, I'm a non-vegetarian. I eat all meat. So there's like some steak, something. So you don't know which one. So I had to ask. So game meat was also there. But game meat, there's like zebra or giraffe and all of that. I was like, no, not that. That is not something that I'm going to try.
Imagine if you would have decided to buy, or the residents there in Harare would want to buy a car. They would have to.
I don't know how. Yeah, millions of dollars.
Millions, maybe billions.
Millions, billions. You're right.
Prithvi Shaw is needed. Oh, Prithvi Shaw. How does that question come? Is needed in T20I
Right now,
guys.
don't increase that pool
Exactly,
right now.
exactly.
Too tough.
Because
Ruturaj Gaikwad is ahead of him right now because more consistent and he's injured.
Exactly, because March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 7 months. In 7 months' time, you'll have your T20 World Cup. So I think right now, I would say that who are the players that can actually make it to the T20 squad. I think it's time that maybe after the IPL, the selection committee or the team management will just prune that pool of players
Yeah.
down to maybe 18. Okay, Siddharth Sharma. Kindly have a conversation or an interview with Mr. Arun Lal. He is one of the most iconic voices of Indian cricket and
Done.
is an absolute fighter off the field as well. Yeah, absolutely. In fact,
We'll get Done, sir.
he was diagnosed with cancer, right?
Yes. And then he fought back.
Yeah. And then
After that, also, I met him a couple of times. Yeah, I called him over for an event I did. He'd come, gentlemen.
Rahul.
Absolutely.
Now, Rahul, I think Rahul asked the question on Hardik earlier. Now, Rahul has a different question on Hardik, and this one is again an interesting question. Sir, but if Hardik does not bowl, would you still consider him in your playing 11 for the T20 World Cup? Can Shivam Dube also be considered? Now, tell me.
Yes, I will consider Hardik Pandya still.
If he is not bowling, if he is
Even-
not.
Yeah, even if he's not bowling, I will consider him because it will you could have 5 bowlers, out and out bowlers, and you go in with them. So I'm guessing if your 5 are done with Rishabh Pant, with wicket keeper, done 5. That's what we're going to look at. 6th will be Hardik Pandya then, right? So 7,
Not
8, 9,
Venkatesh
10,
Iyer.
11. Yeah.
Not
I can.
Venkatesh
He
Iyer.
can see, depends on his form. If he's in outstanding form, if he's getting you runs at 200 runs a strike rate consistently, then I can look and just bowl 5. If you look at Venkatesh Iyer, as I said, looking at his bowling, can he give you all 4 overs? I'm a bit iffy about that. So maybe not. I don't
Nikhil,
know.
you also have to realize that there is somebody called Washington Sundar who might be back.
Yeah.
Who might be back after he's done with his, or maybe after he's okay
Yeah.
with his injury.
Yeah. Devansh, whenever I write my biography, I'll let you know.
Your biography?
He's saying so many places you keep going, you write it in one book.
Yes, you
Someday I
should.
will.
You should.
All
You
these
should.
stories.
You write diaries?
No, I don't.
Never.
They're dangerous.
Very dangerous.
You have had experience?
Nah.
You have not. Shall we wind up then for the night?
Yeah.
Thank you. I know there are too many
Great-
questions.
great
We'll
game
try and
of-
answer tomorrow. It's a non-match day, so we'll do Q&A only.
Exactly. We'll do lots of
Tomorrow,
question answer
6:30
session.
p.m. we do dugout.
And Nikhil will also address the nation tomorrow over the crisis that we are looking at in Ukraine. Right? What are you saying?
Nothing.
Suddenly he's gone quiet.
No, I was listening to what Siddhant was saying.
Volodymyr.
Vladimir.
Somebody said, no, you're looking like the Ukrainian president.
Hi, I'm Pranay Tilak from Begusarai in Bihar. Have you ever been to Bihar? Many times I covered in matches in Jamshedpur, but now it's in Jharkhand. But I've also stayed in Ranchi for 2 years of my life.
What a
I went to
man
school.
he is. What a man he is. Hey, he's
2
lived
years
a
of my
nomadic life, I think.
Yes, I have. My dad would get transferred every 2 years.
Okay.
That's why. So 2 years in Ranchi I stayed. At that time it was Bihar. Now it's become Jharkhand. There was no division when I stayed there.
Lucknow, Mumbai, Pune,
Many places. There are so many places you won't even.
Jamshedpur, you said?
No, Ranchi.
Ranchi. Then?
Many, so many.
No,
That is
Uttarakhand.
separate. But I've stayed in Himachal a lot.
Himachal, he
Many
stayed.
places in
He
Himachal.
stayed in Himachal.
Nepal I visited, yes.
No, stayed, I'm saying.
Stayed in Himachal many places. Northeast in Assam, in Arunachal, in Mizoram.
No, this
Aizawl, I
is-
stayed
no,
2 years in
you
Aizawl.
Traveled to.
No, stayed.
Stayed.
Went to school. 2 years in Aizawl in Mizoram.
He should be made the brand ambassador of
India.
this country.
Incredible India.
Incredible India.
Yes. Northeast I've stayed a lot.
I used to have a friend, a colleague. You know, every time somebody would say, "I am from," oh, I am also from Banaras. Oh, from.
No, I'm not from there. I've
No,
stayed
no,
there. But
that is what he would say. Anyways,
Yeah.
Nikhil has his tentacles. spread all
73k
over the-
loading.
70. How many subscribers do we have, by the way? 72.
Come on, yaar. I hope all of you are watching us,
Four.
please.
Yeah, in the afternoon also we were 72.4.
That's not good.
Hey, come on, yaar. Come on, things. Love from Nepal.
Nepal.
Can you please expand our family?
Common thing, surprise
you can
karna
just-
uncha na
if-
hamro channel.
440 to be precise.
If you can
Come
just
on.
ask your friends, family members to subscribe to Sports Today,
Yes.
that will be a great service to the nation and to the sport. Not just cricket, but other sports also, because not much is happening. Although you must have seen that we cover almost everything. Tennis story we did yesterday. In fact,
Chess.
day before yesterday, exactly. The young Indian who defeated Magnus Carlsen, imagine. That also. So you'll do a great service to the nation, to the world of sport. Please.
Many good interviews also we have done.
Yes,
Mohan V is saying.
exactly.
Absolutely, Mohan. Thank you for
And
reminding
more
us.
important.
Love from Kashmir as well.
Oh, Kashmir. I think, I went to Kashmir, and the moment I landed back in Delhi, it was lockdown.
What? Oh.
Lockdown was declared.
Love from Patna as well.
Mm.
Wow, yeah. So
All
much love.
Biharis, please join us, and please ask your near and dear ones to subscribe to Sports Today.
Shrey is watching us from Prague.
What
What a beautiful city.
You know, if I actually
Czech
get an
Republic.
opportunity, I actually want to visit Prague. I actually want to visit.
Not right now.
Even today also I can visit anywhere. If you want to,
Love from UP. Arey, we are from UP.
and all UP walas, please I request you to ask all your near and dear ones to subscribe to Sports Today. So UP, Bihar,
From Goa as well.
all Goans, request to you-
Sridhar Savaikar from Goa. I love Goa. too.
and Vaibhav
Vaibhav from
Thete,
Pune.
Pune.
Somebody is saying
From the-
Andhra also.
From?
Andhra Pradesh.
Oh, from Andhra. Americans. All
Mumbai.
Americans.
Suresh, see, that's you know.
I'll be in Mumbai soon, by the way.
Punjab,
Maybe next
Uttarakhand,
week.
Odisha.
Hanji.
Maybe next
Hanji.
week I'll be there.
So if you want to continue the live, I have to go to another. Siddhant, you can take over from me.
No, we'll just wrap. I'm done. I think
come on.
it's already, I think,
So many people have joined now. You can tell them few more stories.
from Raipur.
Puducherry.
Puducherry. I think
I think we
people
should
are.
continue, Siddhant.
Huh?
300 have joined us.
I am Ashish, Uttarakhand. Northeast, yeah. Oh, Abhishek Rawat from Northeast. Hi, I'm Robin. Hi, Robin. How have you been, my friend?
How was your operation?
मुझे भूले तो नहीं. अरे यार, आपको कहाँ से भूल जाएंगे, Robin?
Robin की तबीयत. How are you,
Love
Robin?
from Mumbai.
You are also from Uttarakhand, do you know?
Yes, yeah. The one Rawat was there, my friend. Sorry?
Love from Gujarat. Every state is here or what?
No.
Is the Northeast representation here?
Love from Odisha. Which Odisha? There is one in Russia also, right?
That is Odessa.
Odessa, whatever.
Odisha, Odessa. America, of
Americano.
course. Nainital, Uttarakhand, again your state. MP. Oh my God, the Sitamarhi.
So today I think we don't have much to talk about as far as this match was concerned. Quite a miserable performance from the Sri Lankans, but good match practice for India and some good scores for Shreyas Iyer, Ishan Kishan, who so far seemed to be struggling at least in the last few innings, but may have gotten back.
Probably got a lucky break in terms of Sri Lanka coming to India. Yes. That's why he scored those many runs. Probably back in form because of those poor balls that he got. He was dropped as well today, right?
Who?
Ishan Kishan.
Yeah.
Once he was dropped, so definitely given enough time.
And eventually he was, I think, caught in the deep by the same fielder who dropped him earlier.
Yeah. Lianage.
Right.
So everybody's asking name all states and capitals, it seems.
Now I think people are
Just
playing
having
a
fun.
prank. Exactly.
Just having fun with us.
Anybody from Timbuktu?
Brompton. Somebody's from Brompton,
Canada. Yeah.
Luhansk. Somebody wrote Luhansk. So you are from Tarak Kumar. Are you watching us from Ukraine?
How is it in Ukraine?
I don't think he's from Ukraine. I'm not even sure because if you guys are having fun with us, it's not right. If you're telling us you're from Ukraine and you're not. So, yeah, lots of love for you guys.
Anyways, I think it's time to wind up this session because a lot of people are joining us from behind the camera. They've been requesting us with folded hands. Ayodhya ji, from Ayodhya.
Somebody's from Udaipur also.
Chalo, anyways, we'll take your leave. Let's call it a day. We'll be back tomorrow and we'll take lots of questions tomorrow. So be prepared with your questions. We'll have the discussion. Tata, bye-bye for now.